So, focusing on communication, what ways do you believe your partner can communicate to you? Remembering, obviously, we've spoken about this before, that our childhood tends to influence the way we communicate. Okay? That's not Gottman, that's Leticia.
That's it, yeah.
So my question to you is, what ways do you believe your partner can communicate to you, whether it would be verbal, non-verbal, whatever? You just freestyle with that question.
I think it depends on the situation, obviously. But if it's just something they just want to talk about, I have no problem. I'm first of all, as the man, I will always be, and I did this in my last relationship because God told me to do this. He was like, you need to, as a leader, you need to set the tone for when you have conversations that are either hard or difficult or vulnerable. You need to set a safe space to open that door and kind of give permission to it. So once you give permission to it, and you can curate that space in that's safe and a good environment, every meeting you have after that, whoever your partner is will get used to that because you set the tone. And I remember God said you need to do that in a relationship. And I remember after doing that, it was easier to have conversations or for her to bring certain things to my, so she was just like, yo, we need to sit down and have a conversation. I was like, yeah, sure, we can sit down whenever you're ready. Just let me know. But she knew, okay, this is vulnerable space time, and we kind of made it a thing. So
basically creating a space for her to be vulnerable, for you to be vulnerable, things like that.
Yeah. I think that's very, and a lot of men need to learn that. I don't think they learn how to learn that, or they've never been taught that either. They just, when I think a lot of people get used to blame. So if, she brought something to me, most people who are not aware, they will just think, oh, you're just blaming me for something. It's like, no, if you actually hear the fullness of what's being said, it's a concern to her. It's not really about you. Do you know what I mean? So if you set the tone and just have to just really just listen and all right, what is this person trying to say to me now? Because right now I'm meeting their needs, not my own. That's like, for me, the most powerful thing that we can start with. Everything else from there is just like bullet points. She can come to me and I think, and also that's another thing, respect. So not just from a typical man needs respect.